Mesothelioma Law Firm. What is mesothelioma? Mesothelioma is a rare form of cancer that occurs in the mesothelium, a thin layer of tissue that covers most of our internal organs. In most cases, the tissue surrounding the lungs is affected. However, cases have been reported in which other body organs are affected with this condition. This form of cancer is very aggressive and often. Note the risk factors. Although several materials can possibly cause this disease, mesothelioma is primarily attributed to exposure to asbestos as reported by the Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry of the CDC. Furthermore, asbestos has been classified by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency (EPA) as a human. According to the CDC Center for Disease Control and Prevention, exposure to asbestos increases the risk of developing malignant mesothelioma. The latency period for the disease is reported to be around 20 to 40 years. So exposure to asbestos can go unnoticed for decades. Hence, mesothelioma cases are diagnosed years after the first exposure to asbestos occurs. In a study conducted by the CDC's National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health (NIOSH), annual multiple cause of death records were analyzed for the period from 1999 to 2005. It was found that a total of 18,068 deaths. Who should be concerned? Asbestos is imported into the United States and was even mined in the country during the 20th century. In the U.S., the use of asbestos peaked in 1973 when it amounted to 803,000 metric tons before declining to 1,700 metric tons in 2007. Industrial workers employed in settings such as manufacturing, construction and shipbuilding prior to 1980s are the ones who are at most risk, as federal safety regulation was not in place at that time. Exposure continues to occur today because of the demolition of buildings in which asbestos. Steps to take in case of asbestos exposure-related mesothelioma. After taking into consideration several research findings, exposure to asbestos has been singled out as the main cause of mesothelioma in most cases. This exposure affects individuals differently. Several factors are involved, including concentration, frequency and duration of exposure, as well as the shape, size and chemical makeup of the fibers that determine your chances. It is natural to feel concerned about mesothelioma if you have experienced chronic exposure to asbestos. Doctors recommend that such people should get regular CT scans or chest X-rays. They must also get lung function tests, as these tests can detect problems caused by asbestos fibers. If any problems are detected, you should obtain a professional mesothelioma diagnosis. In the unfortunate event of being diagnosed with mesothelioma, you have the grounds for filing a lawsuit. A mesothelioma lawsuit can help you claim compensation for the additional costs borne in dealing with this disease, as well as, earlier this week, it was rumored that Gigi's boyfriend Zayn Malik had proposed, but she'd turned the offer down. Why choose a mesothelioma law firm? The dangers associated with asbestos exposure have been known to the asbestos manufacturers for decades. Victims of the disease rightly feel that they should have been warned about these dangers, and so undue hardships both for the victims and their families could have been avoided. Treatment plans are often tailored to the patient's needs, so the medical expenses incurred because of the disease vary from person to person and are often